Hi, this is Jacqueline here with the Grow Program. Thank you for growing with me on today. You know, I live for God. I work for God. I do my job unto God. My job is to grow and to sow. So I grow and I sow love. I'm so excited to grow. I'm so excited to grow. Sometimes, like today, I pushed out 2 in a row. I'm just ready to get the word out. I'm just like Dr. King, honey, when he turned around and he looked in that camera and he looked all around whoever was in the room. He wanted to get the message and spread the message and pass the message on and on and on. God's will shall be done on earth as it is in heaven. I just want to do God's will. Everybody know God's will, but see, they turn and do evil. They allow evil to use them and manipulate them and control them and run them. Not only that, they'll take the vices of the evil, the vices of the spiritual warfare, like depression, anxiety, stuff, and go there. It'll take control of you. When you stake claiming it stakes claiming in you. When you say, well, I got it, then it got you. You got anxiety, it got you too. Wrapped up in you, bound up. The anxiety is going to take control of you. The anxiety is going to run you. Because you letting the anxiety do you. To do you, that's to let something else do you. That's to let something else run you. Let God do you, to the breakthrough. Allow God to show you the way to do to the breakthrough. Not do you. Because when you do you, you're messing you up. You over there doing you. Okay, well, you going to be messing up, doing you. That's the way to the slip and fall. We don't want to go there. I'm telling you, honey, it is something, because look here, the freedom fighters before, who brought the message to us, who told us it's love. It's through love. Love is the way. Love is the key. Love is written in the stone of your heart. It's down in there, but you can pile some other stuff on top of there. But we here for each other. We here to love. It ain't about this stuff. It ain't about what's around us, buildings, cars, jewelry, this, right? What you got. You think you got it going on, what you got. You got the latest outfit, latest shoes, latest this, latest that. Oppression is all around us. The oppression, it affects us. It affects us all. Somebody could come along and say, give me that. Give me what you got there. Then what you got left. You ain't got nothing. It's happening so much that police can't even keep up. They can't keep up with nothing. You go and report your car stolen, huh? You go and report your car stolen. When the police feel sorry for you, they don't know what to tell you. You blessed if you get it back. Used to be a time police be on it, but it's so much now. It ain't their fault. It's just happening so much all around us. Oppression's all around us. And then, not all, but some allow the oppression to affect them so much that they take it out on other people. Even in the line of their work, they take it out on other people. Just like those guards down there, the guards everywhere. Now it's in the representing the government. You got racists in the government representing the government. I mean, who really out there? They showing it there. Forget what the Constitution say. You say you about your country, my country, 'tis of thee. You about your country. You about genuine equality and righteousness. You about that. You about the dream, the way it's supposed to be. What our forefathers said. Land where land of freedom and liberty, land where my forefathers died, land of the pilgrim's pride, of thee I sing. What about that? What is that? Just about you? Look, let me tell you something. Over 400 years of oppression, and here we are at the end of it. 400 years. It began with slavery. It began with captivity. It began with shipping people all across the world to build up the world. It began with domination and control and running of a certain race of people. That's African. And it went on to other minorities. It happened in other minorities. It happened everywhere. Oppression now affects us all. It's evil there. It's the spiritual warfare that's there. That's what we got to grow over. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We got to grow over this evil. We can't let this evil run us. We got to drive it up out of here. So, yes, it was a terrible thing that happened. But honey, you got to rise up against the obstacles. You got to rise up from what is facing you, because no weapon formed against you shall prosper. God got the best paid, best laid plans out for you. God knows the thoughts for you. But see, you start doing you. You start messing you up to do you, going over there doing you, doing some other stuff. You know what? God don't want you over there. God ain't even with you over there. You gonna run back to the Lord when it all blow up there. Because that's what I have people, we have people that come to us and tell us different things, and you tell them the right thing, they go do something else. And when it mess up, here they come again. Now what do I do? Coming right back at you. Then you got to try to help them get out of that, and you got to tell them to pray, honey. Tell him to pray and see, because his eyes on the sparrow. God knows anyway. God, cast your cares unto the Lord. As you grow, he working it out for a better way. God gonna work it out anyway. It's all in his plan, and all in the plan that God has for you. All you got to do is sow love too. I'm gonna tell you something. God always hiring. God always looking for people. God got a full-time job with benefits. You don't need no days off, honey, because see, when you get days off, them the days to do you. You don't want no days off. You just want to keep on working for the Lord. Just keep on doing your job every day unto the Lord, honey, growing for a better way. The sign is he always looking for candidates. You don't need no physical. Just come on in. The way you are. Yeah, there it is. Just come as you are, just as you is. Just keep growing in God. Cause see, down here, you ain't got no judge. Ain't nobody over you. We all the same. Ain't nobody supreme. We all walk. Ain't nobody fly. I ain't seen no supreme. The Supreme Court ain't even looking supreme to me. Ain't nobody supreme. I just do the best I can do. Each and every day, I got to look at me. I got to go to sleep with me too. And I want to be able to sleep in peace, knowing that I did the best I could do unto the Lord, doing my work unto God. And when Dr. King stood there and turned around and looked in the camera there and then panned the room and said, I just want to do God's will. He put it out there, honey, what he was doing. I just want to do God's will. I'm going to push the people forward. We going forth in love. No matter what you say, you can bring out the billy clubs. We going forth in love. We going to march on. We going to press on. Keep on pushing on. Hallelujah. Make a rejoiceful noise unto the Lord as we growing, as we sowing, as we lifting, as we rising. See, because one thing, he went to the mountaintop. He seen the promised land. What he saw was us growing. He saw this. He saw, that God had a plan. He said, I may not get there with you, but he's here in spirit, honey. When you think of someone, a legend, who means something to you, when you think of them, their spirit is with you. The spirit carries on with you. And for some reason, I came across a fact about a cartoonist who I admired and who inspired me, who lifted me and took me to another world, when I was a child. And that was Charles Schultz and his Peanuts world. I would get all engrossed. That's one of the strips I would get all engrossed in and inspired me to become a cartoonist myself, inspired me for a love of art. He refused, at the request of his distributor, he refused to take the character of Franklin out of his cartoon strips. He believed in genuine equality and righteousness. He believed in trying to bring us forward. Even though he came up against resistance, he came up against domination, dominion, even trying to have dominion over you. He came up against that, and he rose up against that because he said, it's either going this way or I quit. I'm going to take my work somewhere else. And, and they bowed down because, look, we pressing on in God. He had an epiphany. They had an epiphany, honey. They know it's God's will. Dr. King had an epiphany when he stood there and said that. Dwight Eisenhower had an epiphany when he put that on the money. Harriet Tubman had an epiphany when she led them through the tunnel, honey, when she got them to freedom. And she kept going back. She took the Lord with her. She had God with her. Here for a purpose. We are here to lift each other. We are not here for self. We are here to lift one another. That's why they did that. That's why these legends have came forth. Some of them fell by oppression, but they came forth with a message to tell us they rose over the oppression. They rose to become legends, to tell us, Come on, good golly Miss Molly, make you feel good, make you happy, make you rise, make you shine. He never got the credit that he was supposed to get, but I'm gonna give him his dues today, and I will always love him, little Richard. I will always love you. God bless your spirit and your legacy. They are growing with us for the breakthrough. I've always loved him. Just to be himself, just be who he is, and everybody loved him in spite of, regardless. He never got the dues that he was supposed to get, but honey, he inspired a whole lot of generations after generation. Even my own daughter loved little Richard. So there it is. He gonna get his dues with Grow, posthumously. And he was always humorous, and I love him. Mashed potatoes, gravy, and cranberry sauce. Oh, I just had to say it for my baby, because she used to say that all the time when she was little, when she was 2, and that commercial came out, and she would just go around the house singing it all the time. And back then, YouTube, I think that was when YouTube was just like coming out, and you really couldn't get on. You get on there and see some stuff. But anyway, I'm telling you, honey, God is not about being depressed, down and out. Woe is you. That is not God. Grow is you, and God is grow. God is uplifting. God is rejoiceful. God is happy. Look, I'm telling you something. We came from a time, when we went through. And God brought us through. We can sing, and sing those old, sad, depressing hymns. But honey, it comes a time when you got to rise, when you got to shout, you got to raise up. As you raise up, sometimes you bump somebody, you jumping up, so you get excited in the Lord. The Spirit of God start bubbling down and start bubbling on the inside. And next thing you know, you got to rise. You got to jump. You got to shout. What you do as you raising your arms up, getting ready to jump up and give God the praise. Grab hold of 2 people. Grab hold, link up, lock up. They can grab hold of some others. We gonna rise up. We gonna rise up over this evil. Keep on pushing. Hallelujah. No matter what's around you, no matter what you see in front of you, no matter what they doing to you, keep on turning. Turn for a better way. Get up out of that spiritual warfare way, because what it's gonna do, Misery Love Company, it's going to try to pull at you, snatch at you, bit at a time, little at a time. Sometimes it just go ahead and snatch you on down up in there. But sometimes it just peck at you, just nibble at you. Here a little bit, just getting at you, going at you. Next thing, it just driving at you. Just like you going down the road on the highway of life. Man, you can't even go the speed limit. You can't even take a nice little, side country road, take me back to the country. You can't even do that if you want to. They gonna come barreling down behind you. Here they come, going nowhere, in a hurry to get nowhere, gonna get stopped up ahead. It's just sad nowadays, in a rush to get nowhere. Just rushing here and there, all over, everywhere. Rush, especially now. This Christmas. Here it come. Here they come with this. Here they come with Christmas. Hurry up, go buy this. Black Friday, that. Gotta run and get this. Go get that. You might as well do all the colors. Red Friday, Blue Friday, White Friday. Do all of them. You want everybody to rush out there anyway. You want them to jump out there like they crazy. I used to be out there like that, honey, running after all them Christmas presents and stuff. Then I had 5 kids. So I said, look, I want to spend $100 a kid. That's $500. That's a lot of money. I'm trying to worry about Christmas, this and that. Then they look, some stuff costs more. But they only got like 2 or 3 things, but they brother and sister got more. Look, it's your stuff costs more. You didn't get no more than what they got. They got the same that you got. And they looking all crazy, and there go their Christmas. You don't forget that. Christmas is love. I celebrate it every day. I love you. I might buy you something and I might not. But just know I love you. I might give you a little advice, something that can really help you. Remember, that's what they used to do, the ancestors back in the day. They give the kids, give them some advice. Tell them something good. Watch out there. What comes to the dark, come in the light. And every tub got to sit on, give you some advice, give you something that's going to help you, give you an apple or an orange, go eat on that. Think on some things. I'm telling you, Honey, they caught up in all this Christmas and rushing and running out here and you're going to get shot over a TV and all this foolishness. Running up in the store, hyperventilating, acting crazy. Honey, forget that. You can order that stuff online, order it and sit outside and make sure Walmart or whoever bring it out there to you. Christmas is every day. It's about love. Love every day. Not just on one day. It's every day. Rushing out, buying this tree, all these ornaments, all these, they got to keep up with this stuff. It get dusty and spiders in it. You got to sit it in the attic. You got to sit it up somewhere and try to put a bin over it. Then the bin get cracked, stuff fall all in it, stuff get broke. Got to go through all, I'm telling you. It's a headache, honey. They ain't got to worry about all that cooking. This is the first Thanksgiving I ain't cooked. I can't even remember. I was by myself. I was so happy. I had a great big slice of peas. I was so happy and thankful the kids was gone. And I just sat on my own. Me and God. Just meditating to the Lord. Just grateful and thankful. Thankful to be here. That's what I'm thankful for. I ain't thankful to slice up no bird. Just thankful to be here. Thankful to hear the word. Thankful to know God. Thankful to know love. Thankful to be and growing. Be growing in God. Be and grow. Here I am, grow and growing, in God. I work for grow and I'm growing in God, growing for the Lord. Pass me the side. We're going to rise up each and every day. We're going to grow for a better way. I get so excited in the Lord. The thoughts come, but the mouth only works so fast, and then on top of that, I got a little stutter. So I got to keep trying to go with the flow of God, honey. The words, the wisdom gonna come. It's gonna come. It's coming through the Lord. And this motor mouth is working. Motor mouth. I didn't know I had a motor mouth. I didn't. But look, let me tell you something. He used to, Brian Hunt, he used to ask me something and I had to answer real quick. He'll hold his hand up, tell me, stop, don't talk no more. He'll tell me not to talk no more. He didn't want to hear it. Because, see, I get on telling him the right thing. Get on to preaching to him. And he didn't want to hear that. So he stopped me from talking. I usually could say yes or no, something real quick. Real quick answer. I couldn't give him no long answer. He didn't want to hear my mouth. That's okay. He gonna be growing one day. He gonna hear it again. He gonna be growing for a better way, honey, because it's getting out there. We growing. We done made it to 59, 60. We in 60 countries now. And I just thank the Lord. I thank God, and I pray that we keep on growing. I know we're going to keep on growing because here go the plan of God. This ain't none of my plan, honey. I ain't just sit up and think it is. I'm just sitting over there twiddling my thumbs in the evil. This is God, honey, came and lifted me up from the evil to tell me to grow. It's time to rise and grow. It's time to sow. You work for me. Full-time benefits daily. You're going to be blessed daily at this job. You ain't going to never want to leave this job. You don't want to leave and go nowhere else. You ain't going to ever find these kind of benefits nowhere else. So just keep working for the Lord. Keep working for the Lord. No matter what it look like. No matter what it seemed like. Because it's going to be all right. We got God. We growing in God. Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom. We going to reach greatness. Striving each and every day like the great mountains you see off in the way. Off in the distance. Way back in the way. You see the mountains back there. Big, beautiful mountains. Great mountains. They slough off all that old stuff to rise, to reach their greatness. Like anything that's growing, it grows to reach its greatness. Why shouldn't you? Greatness reached over oppression through wisdom for the breakthrough. Let's rise, kings and queens. Keep on keeping with the dream.